Hi, welcome to Illustrate, your very own school search engine that helps you find the best schools for your kid based on various filters and parameters. Today, we have Mr. Pankaj, whose kid is studying in Birla Open Minds International School in Kollur near Gachibowli. Let's talk to him and understand his perspective about the school. So, Pankaj, what's your overall opinion about this school?
You know, my son, I just shifted my son from one of the top schools in Hyderabad to Birla Open Minds. To put it mildly, I wanted to give Birla Open Minds a shot. So therefore, once I researched on Birla Open Minds, the overall view which I got was very positive. Everything. I mean, even in my interactions with Birla Open Minds management, everything looked very good for me to take that call to shift my son to Birla Open Minds.
Got it. And how long has he been in Birla Open Minds International School?
Oh, he's in 11th and he's just joined. He did 10th from a different school. He's joined a different board as well in Birla Open Minds.
So how's the shift from one board to the other has been? Is the kid coping up? Is his management very supportive in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing first, when I went and met him, I was very apprehensive about shifting, and he was in CBSE, and I was very apprehensive about shifting into IB. And when I spoke to management, the perspective, I mean, they did ask me to put him there, but they gave me perspectives. They understood what my requirement was, what career my son wanted to choose. Basis that, they made some suggestions, and they told me the pros and cons of both the boards. So, it was a very, very positive interaction, which probably I went in with something else in mind, but within next 1 hour after my interactions, I had already 50% started to shift into a different setup. So what I mean to say, the way they explained it to me, the pros and cons, I was very hopeful. And as far as the coping part goes, this is a very initial part, but I'm very confident because the kind of student-teacher ratio they've got in IB is really like, he's going for a personalized tuition. I mean, they have assigned a teacher for a very, very small number of people, very focused. And secondly, just to go back why I chose this, they have a program which is called IBCP, which is not available in any other international schools. And that program, the structure convinced me that this is the place my son should be there, looking at the way the technology disruptions are happening, the future career prospects and all. So that is the answer to your first. Second answer is, as of now, I'm very confident that this guy will be well taken care of.
And can you tell us more about the fee structure of the school?
Yeah, so IB, their fees is approximately 4.5 lakhs tuition fees per annum. But fortunately, because my son is a national level sportsman, so they decided to give him a scholarship based on his achievements. And that is one more reason I like Birla, because there were a lot of efforts me and my son had made for his sporting event, and they decided to give him a certain percentage of scholarship for both his years.
Got it. And how's the food and the other infrastructure of the school like?
It's like any other school. I mean, nothing bad, nothing great. I mean, they're not getting you Taj Air caterers, but they're not giving you. I mean, it's like any other school, even his previous school, which is one of the top ones. And even for the bus part, I think, I mean, he's old enough, he's 17, so he can take care of himself. But whatever I've observed, the way these guys take care of about the kids really shows their approach towards students. I mean, these guys are no seniors, but the way they bring them down, make them board the bus, you can see an intent of carefulness and taking care of.
Well, Mr. Pankaj, you mentioned a couple of times that your kid has shifted from one of the top schools in Hyderabad to Birla Open Minds. Can you tell us what was the reason behind this shift and what was not okay with the previous school?
They didn't, I mean, let to put it mildly, they didn't meet my expectations. The reason is, when we go to the top schools, you expect a certain amount of infrastructure. When you pay so much of money, you expect a decent field. I mean, because my son is an avid sportsman, so you expect a decent field, uh, uh, approaches of the teachers towards a sports person. Because I believe, to grow up your personality, you have to have the mixture of academics and sports or extracurricular activities, which I found missing in his previous school. And so it was primarily decided that I had to move him out, because I wanted him to put him into a place, a challenging school where he didn't have his friends, and learn how to make new friends and build him up. So in previous school, he started very early, so he's very popular. But I wanted him to learn all these things, get new opportunities. So I was apprehensive because being a new student, but the way this whole management is handled him, I mean, they've given him the opportunity to be an anchor for a major alumni meet. They've encouraged him to, they just made him the head boy, I heard, for the IB. So, I mean, it's not about being the head boy, it's identifying the strengths and giving the responsibilities. And that, I think, comes from the low student-teacher ratio, where each teacher knows their student more on a personal level. They can identify. So, I'm very, very happy with this. And primarily that was the reason.
And Pankaj, you seem to be broadly happy with the school, but if you have to be a little critical and tell us the areas where the school can still get better at, what are those areas?
As of now, I mean, since it's just been 3-4 months, and I mean, I evaluate school with interactions, how the teachers know their kids, and sports, because we fathers and we are more biased towards it. In all these three features, I mean, they have stood at part. Like, if he hasn't played a single school team game, but his coaches are very encouraging. They are identifying him. They are, encouraging him. They're sending him to top clubs to play. I mean, so that is on the sports side. They're encouraging him to being a brand new person. They've encouraged the teachers, the managers, encourage him to stand for sports captain elections. Normally, you don't tell the new guys to do it. But in this school, and he's not the only one, there are other kids also who joined in new. They have been encouraged to fight elections and things like those, which is done at a higher level. So this is, win or lose is not a problem, but this is they're learning something. They're learning how to give speeches, talk to people. So, I mean, I don't know what can't criticize. If you come back to me next year, probably I'll have some reasons, but as of now, I have nothing negative to say about this. I'm very happy. Probably to me personally, the only thing I can, not a critic, but that's a thing, location thing. It's a bit far from my place, so that's about the only thing. Otherwise, I've got no issues. In fact, I must highlight this. Their communication system is so good that sitting on my phone, I know when the bus is coming, picking up, what time the bus is reaching home. Very importantly, every classwork and homework is available on their app. And it comes to me so that I can ask him, have you done the maths homework? Have you done the AI? So this is like something seriously amazing. Unless you want me to do it, you give me a point.
No, that's totally fine. You can be very organic. That's great talking to you, Mr. Pankaj. A lot of things that you spoke about will be of great help for other parents who are looking for good schools for their kid, especially in this location of Gachibowli Financial District and Kollur. Thank you so much. And
no, but one thing, Sanatan, I want to ask you. So, your organization basically guides parents to making their admission decisions. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
So you must share this with all the parents. What I'm telling you now. For all 11, 12 standards, they must go and talk to the Birla Open Minds management team. because this program, I don't know whether I'm sure you must be aware of, the IB has two different programs. One is IBDP, which is International Bartlett Diploma Program.
Yes.
That's a must orthodox. And the Birla Open Mind has IP Career Program. And career program is the place where they teach you practical things like economics, data sciences, and artificial intelligence, and all those kinds of things. I know I have friends, kids in some of the top international schools in Bangalore and Hyderabad. None of those schools have that program. And they were shocked to know when I told them this is what my son has joined. And that, I mean, they could not believe what I was telling them. Artificial intelligence in 11th, 12th. So each and every parent must look into this program, and you must inform them that currently it's available in Birla Open Minds. I mean, they can look into it and take their decisions, but they must be aware. It's very new. It's Geneva-based program, and it looks very, very good too. I mean, as career-wise, because Sanatan, going forward, probably you will not be talking to me. You will be generating all this from AI. AI and data sciences. And this is what they're teaching in the +2 level. So this is one thing you must share. You must share with all the parents, because that I didn't know it. Although I'm an IT personnel and I've worked globally, I was not aware of. But you must share it with them so that they have a look at it, and that will give them a better understanding how to take their decisions.
Great. Definitely. We will do our job, and the parents like you, if they come forward, because you are the one who is experiencing it in first hand, if more parents like you come forward and spread this word of mouth, it will be of great help for other parents who are looking for good schools.
Sure.
Thank you so much again for coming forward.